Welcome to another edition of The Exchange. I am Shaquille Carswell. Tonight we are talking about young love and dating in the 21st century. Now, talking about young love and dating and relationships in the 2010s is much different than it was when our parents met. Nowadays, so many possibilities are open for young people wanting to date. Now, are you a parking ticket? Because you have fine written all over you. Now, I am a sucker for punchlines and cheesy puns. So online dating has become a mass phenomenon for college students. It has become increasingly difficult for college students to meet their mate organically because of the usage of smartphones. From posting on Instagram to Snapchatting, students are sewn to their phones. Now, the apps rely heavily on serendipity and the immediate proximity of fellow users and deliver quick acceptance or dismissal. Rather than courtship, they gamed out over lengthy questionnaires that are geared at predicting longer-term compatibility from a popularly used app such as Tinder to a less used app like Pure. The apps are geared towards short-term hookups than the traditional dating sites. It has been said that using an online dating app makes it easier to find other users with similar interests. But while using the app does it create interaction barriers. However, using the app can be beneficial if you're a student like me that's always on the go. College students are so swamped with homework, internship, jobs, and campus activities that they don't have a lot of time to socialize. Still, others may be a bit shy and have trouble meeting new people organically. Now, let's bring your attention to a specific app, to Tinder. Tinder is a dating app that is based on your location so that you can meet new people in your area. Now, I know it seems a bit sketchy already. This app also allows you to swipe left or right and hopefully creates that perfect match for you.
So, my Tinder experience.
People receive and how students here at Kent State feel about Tinder. Better yet, I can't do it justice by explaining how I feel personally. Let's take a look at 3 volunteers who let us know the real deal about Tinder.
So, my Tinder experiences have been really fun, and I think I'm gonna find love soon. I think I am.
You know, it's really funny that we're talking about internet relationships and Tinder this week because, ironically, I do have a Tinder.
Alright. Hello, my name is Michael, and I'm a sad Tinder user.
Hi guys, I am Kim. I'm the producer of KS Universe and the Joan Rivers of Broadway Rundown on the Blurb. Obviously, guys in here who are just like, what's up? And I'm like, okay.
I got a message back saying, hey, baby 8. And the guy was also like a decade older than me, so I figured, I'm not gonna reply.
He said babe, and I was very confused, and I said yes, question mark. And he said your lips are more kissable than a puppy. More kissable than a puppy? How often do you kiss dogs? Besides the girls you're obviously dating.
And blocked that guy.
There's this guy in here who says, are you from Hogwarts? Which I'm like, okay, this should be good. And he said, are you from Hogwarts because you're 9 3/4 with this emoji? And I'm like, listen, where's the other 4th? I just need to know real quick, like, where's the other 4th? Because I don't think I'm 9 3/4, I think I'm a 10.
I don't understand.
First of all, his pickup line was, my God, you are sexy. And I was like, okay, I hear that maybe every, so never.
And then I got a message from Mac and Cheese. They said hello, and then I responded, and then they never responded back. So that was really fun.
It's like he's, like most of his pictures like in the forest. I'm sorry, Drew, I am exposing you. But there's like most of his pictures, he's like in the forest or like by a lake. Like this one, he's like literally by a lake. So I'm like, oh, maybe he's gonna be a quality human being. No. Okay, first of all, it's Tinder. So it's not like I'm going into this praying that I hope that some man will ask for my hand in marriage. I hope that that's what this is gonna end up being. Like, obviously I'm not trying to marry you.
Wow, those responses were definitely hilarious. Now we have Julia and Lindsay with our SMS segment discussing your comments on the topic of young love. Julia and Lindsay?
Hi everyone, I hope you all had a great week. I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Julia, continuing with our discussion on young love. We now move to one of the best places to find young love in the modern digital age, social media. We took to Twitter and Instagram to find out what you think about online dating.
So this week on social media, we got all kinds of responses to our question. We asked, what are your thoughts on online dating, and do you believe in the old-fashioned way of dating? Here are some of the responses.
Chris Burrell is not a fan of online dating. She says, I like to believe that if there is someone out there for us, we will find them the old-fashioned way. If it's meant to be, then we will run into that person or meet them in the future. I've also seen a lot of bad circumstances where online dating, the individual someone is trying to talk to or has other intentions than actually meeting the person and trying to get to know him or her.
On the other hand, Kristen Kaiser has a different opinion. She thinks that online dating is fun and states anyone as awkward as me can definitely benefit from having time to think about their response. It's important to be cautious, but overall, I think it's fun and not to be taken too seriously. That's how I would approach it too, Kristen.
Now it's time for the most heartfelt response of the week. From McNamara, dating and love are like a delicate, rare flower. Sweet, gentle, beautiful. You don't seek out for the rare flower, you stumble upon it. Online dating equals seeking out love. Rare love comes by destiny. Wow, Emac, that was beautifully written.
However, Emac's got some haters. Kristen Kaiser says at eMcNamara, oh, shut up. And Alexa DeBoard writes at eMcNamara, just threw up. Don't worry, Emac, we still love you.
Well, to wrap up this conversation, Alexa DeBoard hit the nail on the head with her response. She says online dating is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. And Alexa, that is very true.
What do you think about online dating? Have you done it?
I haven't, actually. Personally, for me, I like it the old-fashioned way. I really like the, human interaction versus just online, like hiding behind your phone and the computer. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, some of the stuff that's not serious, like Tinder. Well, I mean, no, that could be serious for some people. But some people just swipe it before they go to bed. But I feel like eHarmony, Match.com.
That's more
I feel
serious.
like, if I'm getting up there and I'm not with someone, I would try those. People pay for them, so, they're more reliable.
Thank you again for commenting. Make sure to check out our Instagram, theexchange.tv2, and our Twitter, theexchange.tv2, so you can give your opinion on next week's question. See you next time.
Good evening and welcome to Exchanging Views. Here I have with me today is Miss Alexis Oswald, Austin Williams, and Chloe Book. Welcome everyone. Okay, so we are on the topic of young love. My first question is, what are your thoughts on young people online dating instead of in person?
Is that to me? Well,
Alexis.
I actually met my boyfriend online, so I say it is very effective if you use it properly, just as a way to sort of start the conversation. Okay. We started talking on Facebook, and then it went to texting, and then FaceTime, and then actually meeting in person, because he lives 2 states away. So I think, yeah, if you use it efficiently enough, and if you're brave enough and you're not uncomfortable, definitely make sure that you're comfortable before you do something like that. And then you can definitely try and start a relationship like that. With person, I mean, it's a lot easier because you can definitely see the person and see their personality and things like that instead of through a video cam. But either way works in my opinion.
Okay, so what about you, Austin?
I think it's an interesting new problem that we have, I'm gonna say. Because one thing I compare it to is when you're in a long distance relationship, the problem is that you can't see the person and you're used to seeing them. When it's the opposite and you start out not seeing them, it gives you a different mindset, I think, of I can pick up my phone when I want to talk to this person, but if they bug me or whatever, it's just a button, click away from never hearing about it again.
So have you had that happen to you where you've talk to someone and then you're just like, oh, no.
I'm always a button click to cancel. That's why I think click. Maybe their phone died. Their phone didn't die.
What about you, Chloe?
I think that it's a great idea, but I think some people have a tendency to stay in just the online aspect. I've talked to guys that I've met on Facebook or social media, and they never want to ask me out. They always just want to stay with Snapchatting and liking your picture. I'm like, no, let's go to dinner, let's do things. Sometimes it's just hard to get out of the internet because I feel like for some people it's their safe zone and where they feel more confident. So I think branching out of that would make it a lot easier.
Well, that's beautiful, and I love the feedback. So moving on to our next question, how is life different when you are in a committed relationship compared to when you are single? Do you believe that having a girlfriend or boyfriend defines who you are? Chloe?
If you think that having a boyfriend defines who you are, you probably shouldn't be in a relationship. I think that being in a relationship, you both empower each other, and then he or she makes you a better person, and you do the same thing for that person. So yeah, that's what I think.
What about you, Austin?
I would very much agree with that. If you have to think about the definition of yourself in relation to this other person, then you probably shouldn't be in a relationship, because when you're not, it really is one of the best times to, it sounds cliche, but like get to know yourself and figure out what you're doing on your own, because if you don't know who you are and then you try and get in a relationship, you end up modifying yourself in just little ways at first, but then in the end, some big ways just to, make another person happy that might, just dump you in the future.
What about you, Alexis?
I also agree with them. I feel like when you're in a relationship, you two should build off of each other and really experience things together, but also you should just stay true to who you are as a person, because if you change everything for one single person and they leave you and things like that, you could ostracize family and friends, and that's never a good thing. So I definitely think like in a relationship, you're supposed to mesh together rather than, have one person like define the relationship as like, oh, we're doing all these things together, spice it up a little bit, try new things, you know what I mean, and try and meet the friends and just stick together in that sort of situation. But it's whether you're single or in a relationship, you should just always be who you are. No matter what.
And jumping off that, because we have a lot of students are on the go, so we're afforded the opportunity to have smartphones, and with that we have apps. And now we've gotten to the 21st century of where we're online dating. So, there's a popular app called Tinder. So I wanted to see about your experiences with using Tinder. So Austin, we were talking earlier about it. So what was your experience like using Tinder?
My initial experience was great. I got matched with Coca-Cola.
Oh.
And they advised me to buy Coca-Cola, and that was my entire first match experience. And it got so much worse from there. Tinder essentially, for me, it's always been a thing that made me feel kind of gross, really, because I'm a single guy, but I'm not just trying to be a guy that sits in my room thinking, oh, nope, you're gross, you're grosser than me. And for me, Tinder, just, even though I am like a more private person, that's too private. You know, 2 paragraphs about a person and maybe 3 pictures if they put them up. It's just always been kind of a negative experience for me.
What about you, Chloe? Because I've heard, a lot of positive things. Now, this is my first time ever hearing something, not negative, but something, different from what other students say. So what is your take on Tinder?
I've had positive experiences, and I've also had negative experiences, but I've actually kind of dated and talked to guys that I met on Tinder, but I was lucky and they had the same interests as me, and they wanted to take it from online to in person and meeting me out. And sometimes the guys, they're just not understanding of things that you're interested in, things that you don't want to do.
Right.
And they just kind of dismiss you, they don't want to talk to you. And so it doesn't really bother me, because I'm like, okay, you weren't meant to be in my life.
True.
But I'm sure that there's somebody out there for everybody if you want to meet that special person for you.
So what about you, Alexis?
I've actually never used Tinder, just because part of me just feels like most of it's just based off looks, and just like Austin said, only 2 paragraphs of your personality. I feel like in order to really get to know somebody, I'm a little old-fashioned in the way of just texting, or maybe just going on Facebook with Facebook messaging and things like that, just to actually have a conversation, because a lot of the Tinder conversations that are out there are not really that great. And you can add gifts to them now, which is even more not that great. So from what I've heard from people, it seems more of just a way to just meet people, and that's great and all, but for dating purposes, I feel like just being old-fashioned would be better in that case.
So you think that organically meeting people, as in meeting them in person, is much, much better than actually meeting them over the web? Because me personally, I feel like it creates an interaction barrier between one person and the other, being that I'm on one side of the wherever we are, and you're on the other side, and I'm not giving you the full, Shaq, or the full, Chloe, because I'm only giving you what I want you to like about me, So I really appreciate you being here with us.
No problem.
And so I want to say thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate your insight and opinions on this issue.
Thanks, Shaq. This week, we sent 2 of our correspondents out to talk to Kent State students about using Tinder. We got some very interesting responses. Take a look.
Have you heard of a dating app called Tinder, and what's your opinion on it?
Yes, I have, and it's a good way to get laid.
I've used it. I pretty much just tell girls they're so hot they could eat bread and toast. That's my go-to pickup line.
I like that.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, you know.
Can you eat bread and do that?
No, I can't, but some girls on Tinder can.
Do you guys have a Tinder?
No.
What's a Tinder?
You don't know what Tinder is?
It's the weirdest thing possible. Do you want to explain?
I don't even know how to explain it. All I know is that my friend has one, and she's on it a lot, and we like to look at
Oh, wait,
people.
isn't Tinder that thing where, like, people go on and, like, show you their...
Tinder is not really the best place to, learn about someone before you get a chance. It's just swipe left, swipe right.
Have you been successful? What's your success rate on Tinder?
Successful, what's your meaning of success?
How many people have actually replied?
Responded. I'll get some responses. Some people unmatch me. You know, it's 50-50. It's hit or miss.
50-50. I'll take those odds. I'll take those
Not
odds.
bad.
I don't have a Tinder, but one day.
A lot of robots on Tinder. And I've seen you on Tinder, so I know that's a lie.
And what's your favorite method of picking up people?
My favorite method, okay, so what I do first is I find somebody that I'm like, ooh, I need that person. And then I make a plan in my mind, like, okay, this is what you have to do. And then I execute that plan. I know this sounds crazy, but it always works. I execute the plan, and then I have them.
Just going and tapping them on the shoulder, I guess, and just saying what's up.
Food. Find out what they like to eat and feed a lot of that to them. And alcohol. You need alcohol too. And if your poison is smoking, go ahead. Pick your drug. Pick your poison. Not your drug. Pick your poison.
I'm going to put you on the spot right now. Best pickup line, go.
I guess you say, did it hurt? And I'll be like, what? And be like, when you fell from heaven.
Oh my God. Someone stop this man right now.
Are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see.
If you were a fruit, you'd be a pineapple.
Oh, I'm a pineapple.
Are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see.
You got me. I'm yours. I'm yours, bro.
Thank you for that video, Jay and Sam. The Exchange will be right back.
Welcome back. Now, our very own Jay Cox filmed a short video about young love and dating in the 2010s. But you will be surprised by the plot twist, or shall I say message, of the video. Let's take a look.
So a few weeks ago, I was on this dating website talking with this really amazing person. After waiting patiently, I finally caved in and asked to meet in public. Here's to hoping I don't void my bowels like every other time I've been on a date. Who are you?
Don't you recognize me?
Sharkeisha?
The very same.
You don't look anything like your profile picture. How about now, you son of a
Ah! Oh, God! You're hideous!
idiot? Do you not recognize me?
Oh, God. Jay Baruchel. You're finally here to kill me.
What?
Oh, God. I never meant to steal your face, your voice, your awkward yet quirky personality, I swear.
Shut up, you fool. I'm your twin brother. Your evil twin brother. Heather.
Heather?
Mother was never very good with names. You know these.
Well, I didn't know I had a twin brother.
Well, that's because you killed me in the womb, and now I'm here to take my revenge.
Wait. If I killed you, how are you here now?
Oh, that's the beauty of it, Jay. I'm not even here. You've finally gone all Russell Crowe from A Beautiful Mind on this.
So, I'm imagining you right now?
And that's not even the most shocking part. I'm also your mother.
Oh, okay, wait. Hold the phone. The evil twin brother killed in the womb that's now haunting me because I'm insane part I can handle. But this shit's gone too far.
Don't you see, Jason? That is the point. This entire thing is a metaphor.
Then what's the point? Because I'm lost right now.
CJ, You have to learn to love yourself before you try and go and get in a relationship. Wow. You know, that's actually really important in today's society when what the f are you doing? I'm learning to love myself. I'm pretty sure that's not what that phrase means. Jay, you need to accept these. No, I need to accept myself. Exactly. Stop, that's not what I meant.
There you go, folks. Always remember to love yourself no matter what. In all seriousness, this is a great message to remember when you're talking about young love.
Now it's time for that part of the show where we discuss those crazy messages you see in the media and decipher what they mean for you and how they affect you, our viewers. This is Lifting the Veil. So today is a day of love. We're talking about young love, that is. Now, being currently in a relationship, I feel that I am more than comfortable to help you, the audience, see how the media portrays love for us, the young folks. First of all, I would like to say that love is love. Whether it's black love, interracial love, or even same-sex love, you cannot help the person that you have a connection with. And don't let the media tell you how you should be loved and how you should love someone else. If there's one thing for sure, two things for certain, love is easy. Love never hurts you, leaves you lonely. Yes, no relationship is perfect, but let's be clear. Love is not fighting and crying all the time and staying with someone who cheats or treats you badly just because they give you a temporary feeling of happiness. Know the difference between love and lust, because a lot of you out here are just filled in a relationship of lust instead of love, and that is partial to do with the media. Think about it. The media portrays love as something that can be created under false pretenses, like looks and edited photos on Instagram, money, and TV also takes a hand in glamorizing the work of love. It takes work and communication. I'll use my people as an example. The black dating scene is a world of confusion. You have guys interested in women who aren't real, faking for attention, and women who are attracted to men who fake who they are too. Then you have the people that are in the middle just trying to figure out some understanding about who they are and what they like. But let's be clear. Who you date really comes from your parents and who they have dated and handled and how they handle those relationships in the presence of the child. It is a known fact that men tend to date women who remind them of their mom in some way. So if they had a mom who had been in bad relationships or didn't get the respect she deserved or was being abused, he will naturally gravitate towards a woman who has some of those same characteristics. The same goes for the ladies. We seek a man to guide us, not to control, but to guide. A king, a man we can stand behind and support. For all intents purposes, an extension of our father. But if you have a father that is abusive, absent, or doesn't regard women with respect, you will naturally, in some cases, date men who are the same, absent and or either abusive mentally or physically. In the end, Drake said it best. Know yourself, know your worth. Know what you're willing to change for a relationship and what you're not willing to compromise about. Learn more about who you are, what you like, and what you want in another person, and what you expect from the person that you are with. Know what you can offer in a relationship and what they can offer you. But most of all, remember, we're young. My mom always says, be young, live life, travel, grow, and the one you are meant to be with will find you before you know it. But always remember to live. That's all the time I have for today. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Welcome back. Now, before we close out, I would like to introduce to you a lovely woman by the name of Kanae Hughes, who is reciting her very own poem about heartbreak.
My mug filled with regret. My actions to create boiling water to feel relief in my own depressed thoughts to get a reaction. His feelings burn. He expressed by displaying appreciation, holding hands with satisfaction, acceptance, despite my ungrateful actions. His kind nature cools my tea, killing the heat. But yet my tongue still burns from the memory of his 100-degree injuries. It disturbs my soul, begging for forgiveness. I have to drink my mug of regret. A different flavor, a different brand for the next time I'm in need of expression. It will soothe the throat and be easier to swallow.
Wow, that was really touching and very, very moving.
It was. I think that the metaphors were really good in learning, you know, like different ways to think about love. Because I think that people have some sort of, you know, misinterpretation about how love is supposed to go, this over-romanticized feeling. So I think that really, Kanae's poem really sunk it down to like the earth.
Yeah, and I love the fact that she used tea as that metaphor, because that last line was, you know, how easy it'll go down my throat. You know, like love is very, very, you know, hard to take in, especially if you and that other person when you love isn't compatible.
Definitely.
Now, that is all we have for tonight. I hope that you have learned much from this episode. Young love is very complicated, and in this digital age, don't you forget that there are many options and many fish in the sea. So don't forget to follow us on Twitter @TheExchangeTV2 and on the Instagram @TheExchange.TV2 to keep up with the conversation. Also, be sure to watch tonight's episode and all our past episodes on YouTube @The Exchange on TV2. Have a wonderful night.